One of the most alarming facts that have come with the school violent incident research that we've been doing is that on a lot of occasions, almost 96%, that if there was a violent school incident, it was always talked about prior to the incident taking place. 96% of students that committed a violent act on campus talked about it with another student the night before or the day before. In 74% of the time, those individual students that committed an act of violence on campus talked to an adult on campus about committing that act or describing different situations surrounding an attack like they were planning or describing to that adult. The bottom line is that we need to absolutely make sure that our students and staff and parents know what to do when there is a concern that somebody you know may harm themselves or others. What are our responsibilities? The purpose of this video is to just encourage you that immediately, if you see or hear a concern, whether it's face-to-face, whether it's over the phone, whether it's over Facebook, text, doesn't matter, please report that concern immediately, regardless of the time frame, to a school administrator or school staff member. The faster, the better. If it's at nighttime and you have a way to contact that individual, please do so that immediately. If you don't have a way to contact a staff member, please don't hesitate to call us. We'll put our phone number at the end of this video to make sure that you have access to it. It's a 24/7 line. Anybody can call at any time and you can remain anonymous. We would much rather have you contact the school to limit the amount of people this goes to, but if you can directly contact an administrator, staff member, face-to-face, over the phone, make sure that when you gave the details of your concern that it was to an actual person and not a recording or an email or something that we don't know actually was verified to get delivered. If we can make sure that everybody knows that regardless of the time, regardless of the place, that if there is a concern you have that somebody may hurt somebody else or may have plans to hurt somebody else, that you that obviously that students know that snitching or talking about somebody doing that really isn't a snitching type idea. It's a protecting your school type idea. Snitching is more when you're trying to get somebody in trouble for doing something that they may or may not have done. In this case, we're trying to protect not only the individual that's planning this, but the individuals that they may be planning it against. Like we talked about, in this day and age, there is no such thing as a bad report. If there's something you're not sure about or not really convinced about, please, please, please do not spend a lot of time debating whether or not to call. Just call. Just send the contact, whatever it is that you've worked out at school, to make sure that you can get to that administrator or to that staff member as fast as possible to give them your concerns. That's what we're asking for. And it doesn't matter whether we're in elementary school, middle school, or high school. We're absolutely making sure that we're as safe as possible by knowing how to report concerns that may be something that will damage our safety. Thank you for your time in this. And again, any questions, I will put our phone number and email below. If you need to report a concern and your school doesn't have that in place right now, please use that phone number at any time to report a concern. You'll get somebody live right away. Thank you.